Hello again and welcome to our channel. Thank you for joining us. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon here. We're going to be planting some broad beans and some brassicas out into our raised beds. Some weeks ago you should remember that we were planting broad beans. We grow several different varieties of broad beans each year. We grow Meteor, Aqualuce, and we also grow some that we're going to plant today, Masterpiece Green Long Pod. Well, we planted some in modular units, in cell trays, several weeks ago. You can see now that they've germinated and they've grown into some really lovely strong plants. So we're going to go across in a moment or two to actually plant some of these out. And we're also going to directly sow some of the Masterpiece Green Long Pod into the ground. This area over here, we've directly sown some broad beans already. You can see that they're starting to come up. Here are some that I've been planting out earlier this morning. Now we're just going to carry on with this. I've already taken the beans out of their pots, and so they're ready to put into the holes that I've made into the ground. Okay, so that completes the little bed of broad beans that I'm planting out today. I'm quite pleased with them. I'm watering them in very well. I'm going to put some fleece over to protect them, to keep any birds off, any harsh weather as well. So some fleece for protection. But hopefully they will establish and they'll soon be growing quite well. Now also, I said that we were going to directly sow some broad beans. Here I've already excavated a little trench and we're going to be putting some of the broad beans in. As I said, this particular variety is the Masterpiece Long Pod. I can actually get in there and start to plant some. I normally plant my broad beans about 2 inches deep, 1.5 to 2 inches. I tend to plant mine fairly close together. It's just personal preference, basically, what I've tended to do over the years. So those now need to be watered and we need to fill in the trench. French had been watered previously, but I'm just giving them an extra drink now. Okay, that should be quite a good start. Afterwards I'm going to carry on and plant some more. The whole of this raised bed here is going to be broad beans, because we absolutely love broad beans. Particularly like eating them when they're very small and young and fresh. So that's our broad beans then. We're now going to move across to our brassica patch. So we've now moved across to the brassica patch. You can tell it's a brassica patch because of this framework, which is where we put netting over to keep the cabbage white butterflies off the brassicas. We've already planted out some early cabbage, cauliflower and broccoli. I'm just going to be finishing off now by planting some sprouts. I've already made some holes here, so I'm just going to put some of these sprout plants into the holes. Okay, that should be absolutely fine. I'm just going to water them in again. The holes have been pre-watered, and the compost that the sprouts were in had been watered, but even so I'm going to give them an extra water. I'm going to put fleece over the top to protect them from the birds and also any colder weather that might be on their way. But hopefully these will quickly establish and now grow on into some lovely plants. So far then, in our patch we've got some sprouts, we've got cauliflower, we've got cabbage and we've got some calabrese. We're hoping that they do really, really well. Thank you.